So I appreciate your feedback on this. Now, if you want to get started with Tor, if you have an iPhone, you can download something called Onion Browser. That is, last I checked, the recommended from the Tor project. If you have anything else, if you have a Windows computer, Linux computer, a Mac computer, you can go to torproject.org/download. Now, I recommend running something like Linux if you want to be a little safer, a little more private on Tor Browser, but that's up to you. You can try it on any of them, but I know I'm going to get some critique if I mention Windows here. So downloading Tor Browser is as simple as going to the Google Play Store on Android, download the official Tor Browser, make sure to check that you're getting the right one, the one that has all the reviews, that has all the great feedback. Make sure if you're on an iPhone, as mentioned, Onion Browser, as last I checked, that was the recommended one. If you want to get more advanced in your security, you can take a look at the settings in Tor Browser. Take a look, it has a normal mode, it has a safer mode, and a safest mode. Now, most people will be fine on the regular mode for normal, just average browsing. But if you feel the need to enhance the security of the browser, you can add restrictions with something called safest mode, which will break some websites because it disables JavaScript. Now, regardless, out of the box, Tor Browser is going to be much more safe than any other web browser that you're using. So regardless of your settings on Tor Browser, as long as you're keeping it as you downloaded it, you're still going to be much more safe than Firefox, which Firefox is actually what Tor Browser is based on, but it has hardening for your privacy in Tor Browser built right in. And you can also add different things if you want to get more advanced about this, but you don't need this. I'm just saying options are there. You can, as mentioned, add to safest mode, safer mode, but just be mindful that some of the safer settings in Tor Browser could break certain websites. Then, if you really want to get advanced, this is completely optional. You have things like Whonix, which is a virtual machine setup that you can see right here. It's actually a virtual computer that's inside my computer. So it uses virtualization technology to set up a virtual network of computers, the Whonix Gateway, the Whonix Workstation. What you're looking at right here is the interface you use, which is the Whonix Workstation. It's for more advanced uses, but anything I install into this virtual machine is going to be automatically Torified. It's going to prevent additional types of leak, exploitation, and then you have another option. The easiest advancement from regular Tor Browser is getting something like a Tails Linux USB. So a simple USB stick, you can actually download Tails for free. It comes in its own environment, its own custom Linux environment that firewall routes all traffic from all applications inside it through the Tor network to prevent leaks. For instance, if certain applications have DNS settings, if you're not using something like Tails or Whonix, then your application on your regular installation, your regular computer, if it has a DNS setting and it's not disabled, it could leak the domain. So I don't want to make this video too drawn out, so I'm just going to simplify it. Download the official Tor browser, torproject.org/download. You'll be perfectly fine with that for regular everyday browsing. For those who have more advanced uses that have to deal with possibly infiltrating and investigating whatever it may be, you might want to go with something like Tails or Whonix. Hope this helps, but to keep it simple, just download the official browser to try it out. It's definitely used much more so by regular people than those who are up to anything, so it's definitely very safe, and I highly recommend it.